Okay, today's notes are a little bit tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to do composition of functions, that f of g of x and g of f of x idea, but with word problems. So the first one says a salesperson earns a 3% bonus on sales that are over $5,000. In other words, if the salesperson sells $6,000 worth of product, he will earn a bonus on the $1,000. What is 3% of $1,000? Of, remember, means to multiply. 3% you change into a decimal by moving the decimal 2 times to the left. So 3% is 0.03 times $1,000 is going to give you $30. So on a $1,000 bonus, he's going to earn $30 extra. Okay, now it says consider the following functions in regards to the salesperson. G of x is 0.03x, and h of x is x minus 5,000. Explain what each function represents. Is x the same value in each? So g of x is showing that we can multiply 0.03 times x. This is representing 3% times the amount of money over 5,000. Basically, this is how much he will earn from his bonus. H of x is representing how we have to subtract the total sales minus 5,000. This is going to give us the amount of money he will get a bonus 3% of. Now they want us to connect this to compositions. So they want us to find h of g of x and then g of h of x. Alright, so let's start with h of g of x. G of x again is 0.03x. And then if we plug that in for x into the h function, we're looking at 0.03x minus 5,000. When we flip it around, now we're looking at g of h of x, which was x minus 5,000. So when we plug in this one, we're going to get 0.03 times x minus 5,000. If we simplify this one a little bit, we get 0.03x minus 150. Question C says plug 6,000 into each of these compositions. So for the first one, 0.03 times 6,000 minus 5,000. 0.03 times 6,000 is 180 minus 5,000. So we get negative $4,820. If we plug 6,000 into the second one, 0.03 times 6,000 minus 150, we get 180 minus 150, which is $30. So then in part D, when they say which composition would represent the weekly bonus that the salesperson earns, we would have to say the second one where he's earning $30, which was G of H of X. It doesn't make sense that he would make a negative amount of money on his commission. So the idea here is that the composition of functions, first we have to take the total amount of sales minus 5,000, then we have to take 3% of that. So the composition is just talking about what order do we have to put these functions together in. Okay, so let's go through another example. Bob works at Best Buy and gets an employee discount of 20%. If he buys a TV that costs $575, how much will he pay? Here I want you to start thinking about not just 20% of $575. We can think of it as take the total cost minus 20% of that. But how much is he really paying if he's getting a 20% discount? Okay, 20% of 575 is 115. So the amount of money he's going to have to pay for this TV is $460. But what I'm asking you to think about is not just that he's getting 20% off, but that means he's going to pay 80% of the original price. So 80% of 575, then you can get the answer a little bit quicker. It is $460. So instead of thinking about it as a 20% discount, try to think of it as he's going to pay for 80%. Okay, so that's going to make part 2 easier. When it says create an equation E of x to represent Bob's employee discount on any item that costs X dollars. So E of x is going to be 0.80 times the cost of the item, because he's paying 80% of the cost for however much something costs. Okay, the next one says Best Buy is currently having a store-wide sale and is offering a 15% discount on all items. If Emma buys a TV that costs $575, how much will she pay? So again, let's try to think about it, not just that she's going to get 15% off, but that she's going to pay 85% of the total cost. So 85% of 575 is 488.75. So Emma's going to end up paying a little bit more than Bob for the TV so far. Now when it says create an equation S of x to represent the store-wide sale on any item that costs X dollars, we can say S of x to represent the sale is 0.85x because you're paying 85% of the original price. Now it says create the composite functions of these two. So E of S of x, we're going to start with S of x is 0.85x. E of x is 0.80 times that. 0.80 times 0.85 gives you 0.68x. Now if we do it the opposite direction, S of E of x, we're going to have S of E of x, which is 0.80x. So S is 0.85 times 0.80x. And 0.85 times 0.80 is still 0.68x. Now some of you guys are questioning because you know logically it matters whether you get a discount first or if you have a coupon where you're subtracting a certain amount of money first. If we read this question, it says if you were an employee of Best Buy and shopping for a $575 TV during this store-wide sale and were able to apply both discounts, which one would you take first? The thing here is that it's the same price. The reason it's the same price is because both of them are just being multiplied by the price. If we had said we have a coupon for $10 off the price of a TV, then it would matter if we were taking the $10 off first or taking the employee discount of 20% off first. So be careful when you're doing your homework, because on your homework there's one where that is going to matter, but here because they're both multiplying, we get the same price. Alright, good luck. We will talk about this tomorrow.